What up, gamers? It is X-Blade, and I'm here to give you a pretty valuable guide. So, today I'm going to be showing you an artifact route. And you're like, artifact route? Don't I have to farm in domains for those? No! So, in Genshin, you can investigate spawns, and they will give you certain items. In this case, over here, you get artifacts. You're like, okay, so I can get free gray and green artifacts, but like, why would I do that? Well, it's free artifact experience. It respawns every 24 hours, and let's say you're like, I don't need the experience, why would I want it? You can go down to here, click your little destroy button, and when you click on artifacts, you can destroy them, and they'll give you Mora. So, it's just absolutely free gains. Yeah, let's just hop right into it. You need to have access to Liyue, Dragonspine, and these 5 islands in Inazuma. Now, I'm also going to preface this with saying, hey, this isn't the fastest route. This is just the route that I do. I find it to be easy to understand, and I don't have to use little icons to show every little spot. But learning, it is nice to just go to each location, put a little spot on your map, and that's what I do for some of them. But as I've played, and I've done this multiple times, I don't have to use so many markers. So I'll use one up here, even though there's 3 spawns I have to check actually. So as you play, it's just, you'll eventually not need any. But I like having them just as little reminders. It just makes me not have to even think about it. I can just go and do it. But yeah, sit back and enjoy. Obviously, I like to start here on these 3 boxes. And then you'll just run across here, and there's 2 other spawns. Also, side note, if you use Sayu, she will make this route much faster. If you use Rosaria and you set your timer to nighttime, it'll make the route faster as well. But ultimately, it takes between 15 and 20 minutes, depending on how diligent you are and how optimal you want to be. And like I said before, you know, if you just want to be even faster, you go and look up Sekipoko's. He's got like an Excel document, or somebody has it. I saw it on his stream, and that's how I even learned about this to begin with. He does that every day on multiple accounts because it's just free gains. But you'll see as you play, it just becomes second nature, and it just becomes routine. You know, what's 15 minutes when you're getting either 100,000 Mora a day or the equivalent in artifact XP? It's just absurd. There's no reason you wouldn't want to do it, so I figured I would make this for you guys, and you know, just put it out there. But it's helped me a lot, and I'm sure it'll help others. Also, I'd like to just throw out a little sideboard sidebar that, you know, this is probably going to be my first longer YouTube video I put on YouTube on my channel. So if you guys want to just show some support, subscribe, drop a like, comment if you think this is worth your time, comment if you think it's not worth your time. I know sometimes Genshin can feel like a grind to a lot of people. No, I see that is also a little setback. Sometimes I like to pick these up just because I'm already here. It's like it's 2 free Sunsettas. So done these. There's 3 up here. Done this. Done this one. Done this one. Done this one. Done this one. So now I'm gonna come over here, do this continental area. And also this is going to be like a one-take thing, so if I say something or if I lose a train of thought, you know, I'm just winging it, folks. Just winging it. I also like to have a medium to short character just to get into some of these areas. So like here, it's just easier if you don't use a taller character. Like a Kaya, Diluc, Zhongli, because their head will hit the top of that. Same thing with this spot over here with those bookcases. Sayu, or just like a shorter character. Really beneficial just to make that faster, so you don't even have to think about it. The other thing that you can do, and this is kind of a time saver as well, is your stamina foods. Delicious sticky honey roast. It's going to make your climbing and sprinting consumption less, and it lasts for 15 minutes. So, you know, if it lasts the whole route, like, it just makes you that much faster. And as I'm recording this video, Nahida is getting her rerun in a couple of days, so that's pretty huge. If you don't have Nahida, I highly recommend getting her. I would argue that she is the second most valuable character in Genshin, next to Kazuha. Kazuha, I think, is just overwhelmingly like the #1 unit in the game, not even a question. Forget the fact about, oh, DPS support, any of that stuff. He is an absolute unit. He makes traveling the open world just faster. He's a quality of life increaser. And his shred plus buff of elemental damage is just, you know, bar none. It's just the best in the game. He makes any team good, and any team that's already good, he makes them way better. Freeze teams, freeze comps, the one that I'm using right now. It's just next level. So, if you were thinking about saving, he is a good option, but as I was saying before, Nahida, getting her rerun, she is like the second most valuable character. Her ability to enable Dendro team comps, and the fact that she buffs to the degree that she does is, again, just so much more valuable than, say, just getting like a DPS, like at face value. Now, obviously, that goes without saying, you know, if your account has supports and you need a DPS unit, then go for it. This is my alt account, and my first unit on this account was Ayaka on her extended rerun. I got her C1, and she carried a lot of my damage early game. But I also made sure that I saved and did not miss Kazuha because, quite frankly, he enables the team. You know, I used this team without having Shenhe until her rerun. I got her on her rerun just now. It's like, she is a huge value, but Kazuha, again, just way better than Raiden, Kokomi, name a 5-star, he's better than them. So we've done this top half already, that was it. You know, we hit these spawns up here, this spawn here, these two here, the two here, the whole coastline here, this one over here, and then the two that are up here, and the two that are right here. So now this is where you need to have access to Inazuma, and you are going to do a lot more teleporting in the second half of the route. I didn't mention it, but another good unit is Ayaka because she can just travel across the water. And that's faster than swimming. There's a lot of ways you can optimize this route. Again, this is not the most optimal route, but this is the one that I know. And I learned. There are some changes I made to it. Probably about 6 months ago. I was just going to spawns that weren't like in line with the others nearly as much. So this one is just more at face value. Easy to understand, I think. If you do the whole thing, you should get between 100 and like 130-ish artifacts total, which is quite a bit of XP. This one's a little bit tricky. I like to walk away from it, come around, and then walk up to it. It'll always be the first one that you can react to. So these other two are not artifacts, but that middle one is. But anyways. I end up going to the same teleport twice. Then you come down here. And that's like I said, if you're going to be teleporting more, this is why. Just Inazuma just has more spots that share a vicinity. And also notice I'm not fighting anything. You don't have to fight anything. You can be super low level. You can be super weak. I will say you want to have the, what's it called? Tatara something. It's not Tatara Suna. But it's like Tatara Tails. And, I don't know. Maybe I'm just botching that. Maybe it is the Tatarasuna Tales. But I don't think that's the correct quest. But anyways, it's a 7-day quest that has to get done. Otherwise, this whole area is engulfed in lightning damage. And it's not fun. So please try to make sure that you have that done. Because otherwise you'd be flying over here and just be taking damage because you're too close to the machine that's in here. This is the area where I cut a lot of the artifacts out. There are many, many spawns in this little center, like, abandoned village, basically. But I don't go to... I would say I maybe go to half of them. But, like, there's different catwalks that you can go across to get artifacts, and I don't explore that whole thing. What I did there is the amount that I do. I don't do any more. But the most optimal routes end up getting a lot of the more of the artifacts that are over there. And yeah, again, if you're like a new player, feel free to just watch this multiple times and use the map pins. Map pins are super valuable, not only just for stuff like this, or like marking down, oh, there's this puzzle that I need to come back to later. When you're doing the Oculus collecting, absolutely 100%, so much easier just to collect them as you play and mark where you collected them, and then go back and use the online interactive map and get the ones that you missed. If you have to use one of those, like the finders, the tools that kind of mark the general area of where they are, use those as well. But marking them on your map makes it so much easier in the long run. Saves you a ton of time, and it, like, overall makes your quality of life better as you play the game. You don't, it's less like double checking of like, did I grab that? Did I get this one? Do I have to go back and check this area? It's very much just a mark it and you're good, and then when you're done with a region, like let's say you get all of the oculi in Liyue, you just delete all the pins, move on to the next area, start from scratch. And I'll actually show you. Sumeru, I don't have a lot, but I use the little stars and I just mark the ones that I've grabbed. I have not grabbed that many of them because I haven't explored very much, you know, 20%, 13%, 18%. Drawbacks of having 2 accounts. However, I will be focusing on my main account probably after this next week, and this account will be getting a little bit of a break. So now we're on the last leg of the route. Got a couple more spots to go to and you're done. Like I said, this wasn't... I mean, I didn't super speedrun this. I was trying to talk as I was playing, kind of explaining my thought process, as well as just, you know, trying to not just have a dead space of a video, just having music in the background and me not say anything, you know. Now we're coming up to the mother load, not mother bloat. Heck, don't do that. The mother load spawn of artifacts. It's on the ship, and it's kind of a little bit of a puzzle to get into the ship, but once you do, no, it's got a lot of spawns, very valuable, and that's like where I end my route every time. This is kind of the order that I do everything in. And obviously you could work backwards if you wanted to, you know, start down here and work your way up. However, if you do that, there are a lot of spawns here, which means as you work your way backwards, and let's say you get to the Dragon Spine spawns, or the spawns up here in Wu Wang Hill, they most likely will be gone. You can only investigate so many spots, and so I'm technically investigating more than 100 times with this route. So that's why if you go backwards, start down here and go the other way, you will be less successful in the quantity of artifacts that you get. But maybe it's faster, you know, because there's less spawns, you know, whatever. Who cares, you know? Ultimately, you're doing the same thing. You're getting free gains. I cannot stress this enough. Free gains on the account. This is the ship. This is where I always enter. And, like I said, there are a ton of spawns on this thing. I also like to do the little route right here, because these are still here. Like, these have spawned in my, like, I can see them, and I can see the investigates. These are weapon spawns. So, free weapon XP. Granted, that's, like, kind of irrelevant. You don't need that. The same with, like, these. Like, this is just vegetables. You don't need it. But I, just myself, I like to get those couple weapons down there. And finish all the spawns up here. And that's it. That was the full route, you know. Now, for instance, if I wanted to go somewhere else and investigate, I'm gonna go over here. I shouldn't be able to investigate anymore, because I will have capped. Yeah, like there's supposed to be investigate over here. It's not here. If I come up here, kill these guys. This is also supposed to be an investigate, where this was actually one of the spots I used to go to that I cut out of my route. This would spawn an artifact as well, but since you've already hit the limit, it doesn't spawn anymore, and you can't investigate anymore until the next day. So, yeah, if you guys seriously want free gains, let me just show you. All of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Count 12 because of that one. 12 rows of 8 is 96 gray artifacts. And then you get a what? Number 1, 2, 3, so 24. So that's 120 120 exactly, plus these 2 extra. So 122 plus the 2 that I deleted earlier. So 124 artifacts in, 15-20 minutes, depending on how fast you want to go. Use Sayu, use Rosaria, use Dea during the day, whatever you guys prefer. Heck, use Yelan and use her skill just to run, dash through stuff. And do it daily. Do it every other day. Do it twice a week, It's up to you how much you want to put into the games. But they're free. There's no reason you shouldn't do them. And like I said, at the very beginning, I showed you guys, if you just wanted to select all the artifacts and just destroy them. 5 artifacts. 2k Mora. But anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Like I said, new to this kind of thing, so drop a like, subscribe. I will be streaming on Twitch, actually. So twitch.tv/xblade13710x. Come hang out, come keep me company. I appreciate you guys. More to come. So stay tuned. Talk to you guys later.